Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to our online session. So, today we are going to deal with the new grammar descriptive writing topic, that is how to write an email. You all are very familiar with the writing the format or writing the email. You might have heard about how to write an email. Okay. So today let us see that how to write an email. What are the things you have to keep in mind while writing the email, and what are the things you should be careful in not using while writing the email. Okay. First, let us make it clear that whenever you write an email, you have to draw a box with a pencil. Similarly, like how you learn to write a notice. And don't write the title or heading as email as it is. Okay. So here you can see that the title email is written here. So you are not supposed to write the title of the email as it is. Okay. So here as it is email, you are not supposed to write it. Then next is that let us see what are the different types of the email. Which are the different types of the email? Email are of formal, semi-formal and informal types. Okay. Now when you talk about the formal types of the email, you are actually referring to the person whom we don't know. Okay. Formal means it is mostly very official way of writing an email, and we are writing the email to those people whom we don't know. And semi formal means we are writing this email to our colleagues, our people who are in day to day touch or in connection. Okay. Then informal means we are very free when we write to our relatives and friends. All these come under the category of the informal email. Okay. Next, let us see what are the important features of writing a formal email. Okay. Now every email will be having a header, body and a concluding part. Okay. Now header means actually here to whom you are writing this email. So you will be addressing there to dash. Okay. To whom you are writing. Now when we are addressing, we are not actually writing their name or any of the place or institution, etc. We are actually addressing a email ID. Okay. So and then after that you will be writing the subject, means what is this particular email about. Now if it is an application for a job, or if it is an application for some allowance, okay, or it's a permission from the government or any superior authority of an institution, so that should be written there as a subject. Then salutation, to whom you are addressing it. Now coming to the second part is the body or the content part. Okay. Now the body includes is again classified into 8 subcategories. That is, every body should be having a opening sentence. The opening sentence should be very clear and very systematically written. Okay. It should understand, the opening sentence itself should make it clear what the email you are writing is about. Okay. Then content, the very important part, the gist, the core of this email is the content. What content, for what purpose you are writing the email is should be cleared in the content part. Then there should be a closing sentence. Then there should be a thanking sentence. Then we will be writing subscription like yours faithfully, yours sincerely, yours truly, etc. when we write the formal email. Suppose you are writing this as informal email, then you will be writing yours lovingly, or like that when you are writing to your friends or relatives. Then signature, then designation, to which post or designation you belong, then at the last name of the institution. So these are the things you have to keep in mind when you are writing the body of an email. Then next, let us see the header. Okay. It comprises of the email ID of the person to whom we are sending the email. Now header includes the email ID of the person to whom we are sending. By this time I know that you all are very familiar in writing the email ID, but you have to keep in mind when it is writing for the purpose of the examination, you should not use no joint letters. That means you are not supposed to write the email ID in the cursive form. Okay. Then second is no capital letters. So whenever you are taught to make or create an email id, it was been mentioned that the characters where you are writing, selecting for making an email should not have any capital letters. It can be followed by numbers, it can be followed by symbols, it can be followed with the small letters itself. Okay, no upper cases. Then no space while writing an email. Another important thing you have to keep in mind, that you are not supposed to leave any space between the letters or the words. Okay, so here example is given, principal new ages. Okay, principal new ages at the rate of gmail.com. Then another, the editor newspaper at the rate of gmail.com. So in this way you can make or create an email id, and you can see all are written in small letters. There is no uppercase, it's not written in cursive writing. Okay, it's in the running letters. Okay, so this is the way you are supposed to write a email or create an email id. Then coming to the subject is that things to remember. Here you are writing what are the things you have to remember. That is, things to remember when you write a subject is that the subject should be very brief, it should be clear, it should be precise, and the name of the event should be written in the capital. That is, first letter should be in the capital, only the first letter. Okay, for an example, here we have two subjects given as an example. So let us look into that. Invitation for Diwali celebrations. You can see that the first letter invitation, then obviously Diwali, D capital and C capital is written, or like invitation for inter-school competition. So you can see that every word's first letter is written except the preposition for, it's written in the capital letter. Okay, so this you have to keep in. So you can see that the subject is written in a very simple words. Again, it is very brief, it's very precise, and it is clearly understood by the reader. Okay, now let us come to salutation. In formal email writing, we will be using dear sir, dear madam. Okay, this is the most commonly used salutation in the formal email writing. And here also you have to keep in mind certain things, is that after writing dear sir, you should put a comma, or after writing dear sir or dear madam, you should put a comma, and you can see the letters, first letter should be capital. Okay, so these are the things you have to keep in mind while writing the subject and the salutation. Now let us come to the content part. In the content part, opening sentence is very important, because you are actually introducing yourself and for what purpose you are writing this email is being referred here. Okay, so in the opening sentences you have to keep in mind that you should follow these four important things to be included. Number one is the name. Number two, designation. Number three, name of the institution to which you belong, and name of the event. Okay, now your institution doesn't mean that it should be only school. Okay, it can be any organization, any other management, hospital. It could be any of the institutions, both private and non-private or government one. Okay, so for example, here you can see the opening sentence examples are given. I am Ayush. Now here the name is given, Ayush. Then president of the arts club. Actually, president of the arts club shows that the designation of the person named here. Okay, Ayush is the president of the arts club. Okay, then name of the institution, inviting you for our inter-school dance competition. Okay, so here you are writing the purpose, name of the event. What is the event here? Inter-school dance competition. So you are writing the purpose here. Or another example is, I am Akarsh, head boy of St. Xavier's School. Now when you write head boy of St. Xavier's School, you are actually mentioning the name of the institution, inviting you for our inter-school speech competition. Again, name of the event, again name, and again head boy shows the designation. Okay, so this is the way that you have to write a opening sentence. So four things should be clear: name, name of the institution, designation. Okay, then now come to the second part of the content, is that it comprises of the following things. Again, name of the event, date, time, place and venue, and inviting. Because you're writing this email to invite, or you are writing this email to inform, okay, or you can write the email to take the permission. So whatever is that particular purpose should be mentioned in this part, okay. So now let us make it more clear with this example here. A school is organizing an inter-school dance competition. Now what is the name of the event here? Inter-school dance competition. Now date on 15th of April 2020 from time 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, time is mentioned. At the auditorium is a place, and venue St. Xavier's School. Okay, at auditorium St. Xavier's School. Then now this is an invitation email, so you are writing your invitational phrase, okay, like I cordially invite you to be the judge of this event, okay. So this is the purpose of this particular event, email inviting a person to be the judge in the inter-school dance competition, okay. Now let us come to the closing sentence. The closing sentences normally goes like this. We look forward to your school's participation in the competition. Suppose you are writing this email to ask or invite another school to participate in this competition which you are organizing, then this could be your one of the closing sentence. That is, we look forward to your school's participation in the competition. We look forward to a favorable response from your side, okay. So that also could be another closing sentence. Then anticipating a positive response from you in accepting our invitation. This actually third sentence is too formal. Normally we use in the letter writing also this type of closing sentence, okay. So any of these three can be your one of the closing sentence that you can make use in the email writing. Then concluding it with the thanking sentence. Now what do you mean by thanking sentence? For normally in letter writing also we follow this thanking you, right? Thanking you, or like with gratitude, like that we will be making use of certain phrases, okay. Now here also you can see that you just put comma at the end after writing a thanking phrase, okay. Now then coming to the fifth part, that is the subscription. Subscription means use only yours faithfully. Since it is a formal email, we will be very commonly and very particularly we are using only yours faithfully. Now when you write yours faithfully, keep that in the mind. Yours, y should be capital and comma should be there at the end, okay. And one more thing is that some of the students have this habit of putting a comma after R in the yours. There is no comma after R in the yours, okay. So just pay attention to this. So yours faithfully. Then coming to the sign, both parts of your name. Normally again we have this concept of putting the signature with only the first part of our name, but a good signature should follow both the complete name. Means in your signature your complete name should be clearly visible, okay. It should be seen or it should be understood. So both parts of your name, for example Ayush Chaudhary, things to follow here is that you know there is no comma and there is no full stop, and the first letters of your first name and the second name should be in capital, or first name and last name should be in capital, okay. So next we come to the seventh part of the email, seventh point, that is designation. For example, whenever you are mentioning the designation, see that you use president, vice president, head boy, head girl, school head, okay, or secretary, or assistant secretary, okay. So this normally commonly these things are used. So secretary arts club, secretary literary club, okay, or school head or head boy, head girl, like that, okay. Then coming to the name of the institution again, you will be writing the institution's name in full. St. Xavier's School, St. Agnes School, like that. So you are not supposed to use any abbreviated form here. If you like St. Anthony's Public School, SAPS, SAPS, not like that. Okay, so you are expected to write the full name of your school. And here also keep in mind that there is no full stop and no comma after writing the name of the school here. Okay, so now here is an example of a email written for you. Just let us go through it. You can see that header 2 is given, Ayush Gupta @gmail.com, and you can see all are written in running letters. It's not written in cursive writing. There is no space between the letters and there is no use of upper cases. Then subject should be clear, brief and precise. Invitation for Diwali celebrations. Again, first I, D and C are written in capital letters. After that you leave one line, that is a space, give, and then salutation, dear sir, comma after that. Then again space. Then again your opening sentence, I am Ashok, name, secretary, designation of students wing, inviting you for our Diwali celebrations, name of the event. Okay. Then again you leave a space. Then you come to your content part. The Diwali celebrations will be held on, again date, November 6th, from time 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. At the community hall, that is place, and venue Surya Apartments. We cordially invite you to this celebration. Okay. So now we look forward to your presence for our Diwali celebrations. So here again you are giving this as your closing statement. So we look forward to your presence for our Diwali celebrations. So this is your closing statement, and you again leave one line. Then you come to thanking sentence, that is thanking you, comma after that leave one line, yours faithfully, comma after that leave one line, and again name Ashok Gupta. Then you can see here full name is written, designation is written secretary, students wing, and the to which particular apartments you belong, Surya Apartment. So this is the complete format of writing a good email, that is formal email. Okay, so I hope that you understood how to write this, and we will be continuing with the another example of the email in the coming video. So I request all of you to take down these points given in the slide in your language copy along with the example of the email given to you. Okay, so thank you for being with me, and have a good